Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday. Ay, okay.
¿Qué? Yeah.
Okay. ¿Está bien? Okay, so no Happy Friday. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. 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 It's Friday.
Good. Yep.
Friday.
Never thought of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every day for us is every day, you know, like weekends. People say, oh, yeah, the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weekend.
The weekend is probably harder than that.
Yeah,
it depends.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah. It
Yeah, but no.
It depends.
So, yeah. So, hey, guys, we have a show for you, but it's really not, we're not gearing it into a topic per se. Yeah. We did have our live with Monica from Creative Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Creative Minds. Right?
Creative Minds, yeah.
Sí, porque yo le cambio el nombre, imagínate. Y entonces, we had a very long, pobrecita. Yeah. I feel sorry for her.
I know. I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into when she told us about doing the live. So, and now, but you know what? Like, now you live, what is it? Live and learn. You live and learn. Like, it's, now we know we had never done a live before. And so, we had kind of stayed away from it for various reasons, but.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Reasons.
And now we know what those reasons are.
Porque hablamos mucha mierda.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do too with that. This is the reason we even do this is because we are passionate about the topic, you know, and about autism and our kids.
Right.
So it's hard not to, you know, dive in the way that we do and babble and, you know, ramble and all that stuff. But yes, it ended up being way too long. That's not how a live is supposed to be. It should be. I mean, I don't know if there's any rules for it, but
a mí me da pena, la pobre.
It should be under an hour. I'm thinking, my God, like, I hope that she didn't have a client.
I know.
I thought about that afterwards. I'm like, because, yeah, not cool. I mean, I'm guessing she didn't because, well, I mean, like, she knows me. It's not going to be simple with me. But no, I mean,
we didn't do the little clause of, okay,
disclaimer.
Stay on topic. Answer the questions quickly.
Yeah.
We only have, you know, this much. You know, no.
Yeah, it was really nice, and I enjoyed it, and I loved all the questions that she asked. Like, I just felt like they were really thought out. Like, she really had great questions, and a lot of the questions that she had were actually about topics that we've already done in other videos.
Yes.
Like, we did talk about the grieving process and about how, you know, the difference between when our experiences about when our kids were diagnosed. And so we have so many videos that about are actually grieving and the journey with autism and our kiddos and
who we are.
Yeah. So all of that stuff. So but still because this was different, this was supposed to be for a live, that whoever follows us was going to see it as well as whoever follows her. Right. If they, you know, they go on and they see the live. So that was very nice. I thought that there were very good questions, and a lot of them can be answered either way through all these other
the videos that we've done
before.
So
we're still trying to get the actual live, the recording of the live, so that everybody could see it, whoever wasn't able to see it, or if it doesn't pop up. Because
it was long,
we
might not be able to put it into the podcast. So what we're going to do, we're going to link it below.
We're going to try to link it below and see if that works, because it's so long that we're not able to, I guess, effectively download it or upload it. What would it be uploaded?
Download.
Pa
arriba, pa abajo.
It's been a struggle.
Pa centro, pa adentro.
Yeah. That's, to use that. This is all new to us, so we're kind of learning as we go along.
Yeah.
So it's a learning curve for sure.
So then Missy over here was talking to me about something she heard on a radio, and I would like to know what listeners or what people that watch us would have to say.
So this is not at all related to autism, but we talk about pretty much everything here.
Yeah.
I don't have one radio station that I listen to. I listen to different ones, and I always, and not only that, also like on other podcasts and other, I often see like segments where people do, whether it's somebody that wrote to Reddit or to, different forums or whatever about different situations. And so it got me thinking, because we're both dog lovers, but I feel like we also have common sense and common courtesy for the most part. So the topic in the radio station, and it really caught my attention, and I came to talk to her about it, and we want to open it, a debate about it.
A discussion.
A discussion, yeah. So basically what it was about there was a party, and someone showed up at the party with their dog. And so the third person, that's the one telling the story, was seeing all this unfold. They showed up with the dog, and the host of the party, or of the get-together, didn't seem upset that he showed up with the dog, but he did ask, if the dog could be kept outside in the backyard. And although she's not 100% sure, she thinks that the guy said, yeah, no problem, I'm going to take him back home. But she felt that he was bothered. And then the fact that he didn't come back, even though he said he'll be back, and he didn't come back, kind of proved to her that he was bothered. And so that kind of raised the discussion at the radio station. People were calling in with their opinion. And so I'd like to know yours and yours. What do you think?
I think is common courtesy. By the way, I was scratching over here because sana, piojo, no sé, lo que sea. Anyway,
I have a phobia of piojo. Échate para allá.
Bueno, y las cucarachas.
Well, it's really of anything that shouldn't be.
Anything crawling?
Yes, I guess.
So yeah, I think that you have to have common courtesy, right?
Yeah.
So si alguien te invita a un sitio, tú no te vas a aparecer con 5 personas.
Right.
Tú vas a decir, bueno, estoy con ciertas personas, puedo ir, y con todo y eso. If there are too many, you kind of hold back because you don't know.
Right.
So with dogs, I feel, I'm a dog lover. But I think people kind of tend to take it a little extra further, and they feel like the dogs are like humans.
And
it's almost like
I really do, that the dogs are your family 100%, and that's fine.
They are.
But they're your family.
Exactly. It's not for I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to go to somebody else's house and they tell you, hey, come over, the least you can say is, oh, I'm bringing the dog, or I'm bringing somebody else, or I'm bringing,
Yeah.
It's a
that actually.
No sé, it's just common courtesy.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to,
Yeah.
to put it.
I 100% feel the same way. And yes, dogs are family, but they're my family, not your family. And so I don't expect you to, love my dog as much as I do. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But I think that if this person did, which everything pointed in the direction that he did get upset. And I can see some people getting upset over this.
Yeah.
So my thing is that.
Por eso mismo.
Yeah.
Because they feel like the dog is like a human.
I don't know. And we talk a lot. I know we've talked a lot about entitlement. These days, I feel like there is such a level of entitlement with people now that, like, it's what you expect. It's, and that's not the way the world works. Like, and so I agree with you in the sense that if it's me, first of all, it wouldn't be me because
No.
I am a dog lover as well, and I have 2 of them, but I would never show up at anybody's house with one of my pets. I don't care how much I love them and how much they're my children or anything else. I would not show up with that unless they know in advance. So, like, let's say they know I tell them in advance,
or they
for whatever
even tell
reason.
me it's okay
Right.
to bring them anytime, or
Right.
It all depends.
Yes.
It all depends. And on top of that, I wouldn't show up in your house with my dogs.
Right.
Because we don't know how my dogs are going to react to your dogs.
Right, right.
And we don't want a whole big...
And another thing,
we have to
too.
introduce them little by little.
Yeah,
So
well,
we have to-
definitely. But not only that, maybe it's not that the other person doesn't like you. You need to be respectful of somebody else's home. Like, maybe that person has an allergy. Like,
También.
what if they're allergic to dogs? Or somebody in their... Did you hear my stomach growling?
Yes.
Qué horror.
Hay croqueta. Nosotros y la croqueta. I know. You guys are going to be like, pero hello, ¿qué le pasa a ustedes con la croqueta?
I know, but
it's, you know,
Miami
café y croqueta.
It's a Miami thing.
Café, croqueta y putería.
Yeah. And in that order. I would never do it. But there's certain people that I don't care if they do. So, like, okay, let me go back. So, my husband's cousin bought my Yorkie's little brother. So, they were from the same litter. And when they saw ours, they wanted one and they went that same day and they got one. And so when the puppies were just recently home at the time, we went over for something just a few days later. We went over and we brought up the puppy and we put them in the little playpen together, and it was cute. And it was because they were siblings. And that wasn't a big deal because it was a little puppy, and I know they like dogs. They bought the same dog. Like, that was different, and, you know, and their family and all that. My sister-in-law, usually, I would say 9 out of the 10 times she comes to my house, they bring the 2 dogs. They come in, they could go to the yard if they want, they run around, but for the most part, they're inside the house with our dog. Sometimes I'll put one of my dogs away because he's just a little crazy and it gets too insane with like 4 dogs trying to jump on each other and on the couch and stuff. So, but I don't care that my sister-in-law does that. Even though she doesn't tell us she's bringing the dogs, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's my sister-in-law, and she is family, and we know the dogs. And we are a home with dogs.
Right.
So we don't care. But I wouldn't take my dog to somebody else's house without telling them first.
Yeah.
And if they tell you that they're not okay with the dog there, that if the dog could go to the yard, I wouldn't be offended. Like, if I did take the dog for whatever reason, I wouldn't be offended. I just think it's common courtesy. Like, it's, you know.
You know, some people have, you know, this thing of, you know, cleanliness, and they don't want dog
that's
pet
another
in their
thing.
house.
And you know what? Maybe if he would have asked.
I said dog hair.
Dog hair? Oh, I don't
That's
even
what
know.
I meant.
Oh, I got it.
No.
That's what I understood.
I had like a delay reaction there.
It's fine. On another note, but now that we were talking about a pet, but now when you said about bringing other people that along with you, for the Halloween party at my husband's cousin's house, we asked him in advance, is it okay if we bring Justin's therapist? If I'm being honest, if I wouldn't have brought the therapist, I'm not 100% sure that I would have gone. Just because it does help Justin and it makes our life a lot easier because he has that person with him, and it really does help to bring him along.
It makes it easier for him and for
him and everybody. But I did consult it with them first, and I told them a little bit about him, and they know the situation very well, and they know what's happened when it hasn't gone good and when it has gone good. And so they were so welcoming. In fact, they treated this person like super, super good. And In fact, the therapist and I were joking the other day. We're like, so what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Like he was part of the family. So what are we doing for, so, but I wouldn't have just shown up at the party.
No.
Without telling them first. And,
Even
and not just telling them, asking them if it was okay and letting them know, yes, he is coming.
Even if they're family.
It's just
there's
like...
certain things that you just gotta be careful with. And you gotta, you don't know. And, a lot of people, not necessarily family, but because family, you have a rapport and you know them and you know what they like or not like.
Right.
There's certain people that get offended for any little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, or, bothered and, and now we're living in a very sensitive culture. So, and, funny thing that we're talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I was putting away clothes. I had a bunch of clothes to put away. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm in my room and I'm sorting out all the different things and, underwear, this, that, whatever. You know what? Let me turn on the TV. So I turn on the TV and I'm not really watching anything right now, like any series or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to Netflix and there's a movie and I will look for it. But there's a movie that it's kind of like they're making fun of that sensitive.
Oh yes,
it's something about grown-up dads or old dads. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And oh my god, I didn't get to finish it because while I was putting everything away, it was going and I was listening to it and then I was done, so I kind of like cut it off but it's a movie.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
Oh my god, it just brought me to that because they're making fun and the guy is like, but what what did I say?
Yeah.
And he's very raw and he's very, y la gente, oh my god.
Nowadays, everyone's offended by everything.
I mean, he goes above and beyond in some things.
Right.
Saying some things. But, and in one part, he says some, he went all out, in the school area, picking up his kid. And, we're going to get you to apologize and to talk to, all the moms. And then they they put him, he says, well, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. And she's like, oh, no, hold on. That's not that. We get it and we thank you. But then you have to listen to what other people are feeling. And, they go one by one. And one of them said, oh, I was not even there, but just the thought of it. Oh, y toda ofendida. And I'm like, it's a funny movie.
You mean like okay, you mean like AOC thought she was going to lose her life on January 6th when they attacked the Capitol, but she wasn't even there?
You see what I deal with? You see what I deal with? You have to drop it in there. Some way, somehow, no?
Listen, I would have been so...
But it's a mutual agreement. What I understand is a mutual agreement. We're not going to talk about...
We didn't. We haven't said anything. Most people don't even know who AOC is. I wish I did it.
Ay, Dios mío.
So I haven't seen that, and I'm interested in seeing that. But I would have been out. I would have been like, first of all, this is probably the Gemini in me.
Yes.
First of all, I am so sorry that you were offended.
So sorry.
I'm so sorry that you were offended. I'm not sorry for saying it. I'm sorry that you felt offended.
Two different things.
Sorry.
Two different things.
Sorry.
So, yeah, but going back to the dog thing, yeah, I feel like people have to have common courtesy, and you know, like we said, there's sensitive days, sensitive people, you know, they take it to a little too far.
Yeah. And that,
I know she, you know, when you see her going like this and pestañeando mucho, she is...
the wheels are turning.
The wheels are turning. She's trying to figure out what to say or not to say.
Or not to say, yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
This ain't easy. It ain't easy.
It ain't easy?
No, definitely
Not easy?
I'm like...
Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go. So,
anything to share?
Angel, you know how Angel likes jokes, and he's making his own.
And he's been so consistent. He's loved jokes forever.
Yeah.
Like, I remember him being really little and being into the knock-knock jokes.
Yeah. So, he I don't know where he heard about Elvis Parsley, right?
Okay.
So then he says something like that, Elvis Parsley. And I went, you mean Elvis Presley?
Right.
And then he's like, oh, who was that? And then I explained, he's a singer that, you know, but he's no longer alive. Y le di una explicación. And he goes, oh, wait, Mom, knock, knock.
Oh, boy.
And I said, who's there? Parsley. And I said, Parsley who? He goes, Elvis Parsley. And I'm like, that's funny. Again. And I said, I turned and I said, did you just make that up? He goes, yep.
Oh my God. So not only is he like reading the knock-knock jokes and all those other jokes that he's always reading, but now he's making them up too.
Sí. Él se cree que, tú sabes, también es un...
You never know. It could be like a huge winner there. He could be published.
Yeah. So,
that's funny.
Él se cree que es un stand-up comedian. So, imagínate tú. Pero he's making his own jokes. So, hey, it works for him.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Anything going on with you?
No, I mean...
Other than the same shit, different day?
Yeah. Just got over strep throat in my house. Well, Chloe, we don't know if anybody else had it, so we hope not. But she's doing a lot better, but she just was on, taking medication for that. She stayed home on Friday, and we took her to the doctor, and she was complaining of a sore throat, and that was it. She did have strep. Justin got a haircut yesterday. I posted some pictures on that.
You made a story.
I did. I did a reel story. Dad, my husband, has been cutting Justin's hair for years now. He is not a barber, even though a lot of people think that he does a really good job. He's not a barber, by all means. But, part of what I shared on the story was that progress is progress. So progress is progress. So sometimes, Justin grows a really thick beard, and it's not always easy to get rid of it. But we find that keeping the beard is actually easier than not keeping it because, so just a fun fact, autism fact. Lots of our kids, have repetitive behaviors. And these can manifest in all sorts of ways, but a repetitive behavior can also be a self-injurious behavior. And when we've tried to completely shave him, and just leave him like a full clean face, what ends up happening is that is very itchy. So when the little stubs start coming out and you start to grow hair, you start getting very itchy and very dry. And so what happens is he doesn't understand.
And he probably feels it 10 times worse.
Yeah, because we really don't know. There's always that
because they're sensory.
So we don't know. But he starts itching really bad and he starts to scratch his face. And that, for anybody else, right, would be the end of it. Yeah. You scratch it and that's it.
Right.
But what happens is, what we've seen over time is that what just was a little bit of scratching ends up becoming a repetitive behavior which actually ends up being a self-injurious behavior, because when you scratch over and over and over again in the same spot, you are going to end up probably breaking skin, and it ends up causing an issue. So like another simple thing, yesterday he was eating popcorn. We can tell that he must have, I know that it's super uncomfortable when you have like a popcorn kernel or like a little piece of popcorn inside your teeth. It is very annoying. So what ends up starting as, he starts going, kind of like when you go to the doctor, he goes, so that's to tell us that something is bothering or something is in there, right? So we tell him, open your mouth. He knows that we're going to say open your mouth, which is, I guess, why he does the ah. And so we check him and we brush his teeth. But then we have to do that very quickly and make sure that what was bothering him comes out. Because he has this behavior where it can turn very self-injurious quick, is he'll start rubbing his gum because that bothers. And you want that out of there. I can only imagine what it feels like to him. Because I know what it is like for me. So he starts scratching his gum. But then if he does it enough, it gets repetitive, it gets self-injurious, and he'll end up breaking skin in the gum. So same thing happens with the beard. So it's not always very easy either to trim the beard, because he may not want it, he may not cooperate. So while he's not ready to go to a barbershop yet, we've been working on this for a long time. Dad tries to keep him as, clean as possible. We give him a haircut. We just kind of like do one number all over the head and try to keep him looking fresh. But it's not easy. So he was looking pretty puffy before that. I swear that when we were done, it looked like there was a poodle on the floor, a black poodle on the floor.
What the hell?
But yeah. But he did really well. We need to perfect it a little bit today while he's in the shower. Dad'll fix it a little because he has picture day tomorrow. But hopefully we'll be able to fix it a little more today, because by the end of the haircut, after shaving and all of that, he was done. He just didn't want to do it anymore. But we're very proud of him that we're even at the point where we can even trim his beard and give him a haircut.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yay!
That's good.
Yay, Justin.
Speaking of school pictures.
I know, me hable de eso.
No, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
Just a little tidbit, since we're not gonna really do a full episode.
We kind of mentioned it now in the live.
A little bit in the live, yeah.
In the live, because I made an example of it. But Mr. Angel, for whatever reason, he is reminded of months ago, and I'm talking. No sé, it was in June, around his birthday, I think. We did his passport, right? And you know that when they take a picture, you can't smile.
Right.
So they tell you
to be neutral, like
exactly,
just no smiley, no frowny,
just a regular, picture.
How you would normally look.
Exactly. So entonces, I had to emphasize.
Is that what they call the resting bitch face?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
Just.
So, ¿qué pasa? Que cuando le van a sacar la foto, he wanted to do this and wanted to, and the guy was really nice. And he said, no, I'll take a funny picture and then I'll take another picture. And then that's how we got it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
that was very
then.
nice of him.
That was then, and the guy was awesome.
Great.
So that was then. Fast forward all this time and to now, we've noticed a pattern that, pero I honestly did not make the connection. And he hadn't said anything.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That it had anything to do with being told not to smile.
Right. So we've noticed that most of the pictures, he's kind of serious. He's kind of like, I have to get him like, en el momento, to get him like a kind of like a, little smile. Pero most of the pictures, when we say, okay, let's get together for a picture, he'll just like.
So he took it to heart. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to smile. I guess I'm not supposed to smile. It goes back to that generalization.
Yes.
I guess I'm not supposed to smile for pictures, which most people, that's what they know they're supposed to do.
Bueno, ¿qué pasa? Que picture day was not too long ago, and we had to retake them because the first take, I didn't show you the first take, I had them.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
No. No. It was one of those things that imagínate.
And
Entonces,
they went twice to the school. They went another
they
day?
went twice because,
for
you know, they
makeups or
do.
whatever? Okay.
Exactly. For makeups. So I asked the first time around, can he have it taken, you know, just because they weren't good. So they said, no problem. So retakes were a couple of days ago. And again, we run into the same thing. ¿Qué pasa? The pictures is either así o, you know, like, como si estuviera electrocuted, you know, como que así. It's like, Angel, why? So it's either he's serious or he does this exaggerated, you know.
So one of my
look.
nephews used to do that, and it just comes to show that I think it's more like a kid thing and not necessarily an autism thing. Although in what we were talking about, the generalization issue, that's more of an autism thing. But one of my nephews,
but that shows you that that's a kid thing.
Yes.
That's something that a 6, 7, 8-year-old will do, not a 17-year-old.
Right. And that's because that's the level. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, ¿qué pasa?
Makes sense.
Entonces también me llamaron, mira que la foto, pero no pudimos sacar, qué sé yo. Y me pusieron la muchacha. Y yo dije, I am so sorry, que no sé qué. Awesome. No, don't worry about it. I'll retake it. So she finally retook, you know, they talked to him, blah, 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 que no sé qué. Y entonces they took it again, you know, within the same session.
Yeah.
Y the last one, que is the one that's probably I'm going to go with, él tiene una cara así. Como que.
Yeah. Are we done yet?
Y como que there's like a little, like a little, no sé qué, qué sé yo.
But from all of them, that's going to be the winner.
Y yo digo, ¿pero por qué? Bueno, when we sit with him, and, oh no, you're not supposed to. Cuando he finally, all this time, we didn't know what was going on.
You didn't put that connection. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I mean, definitely.
Yo qué sé.
Huh.
Y cuando dice, no, you're not supposed to smile. Remember, like in the passport picture? I'm like,
oh my God.
So that's the reason. Ya entendí.
Right.
Okay, so.
Wow.
Of course, you know, the ABA team was there, you know, and we all looked at each other like, what?
Oh my God.
But that's how far his generalization goes.
Yeah, Yeah. Wow. Okay. That makes sense.
So
and we didn't even think of that. You guys didn't even think of that because why would you?
Yeah. A mí ni se me pasó por la cabeza.
For sure.
Pero
the way his mind works, you know?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, just wanted to share that. I have some really funny pictures.
Awesome. Cute.
You got a crack at it.
I know. I did. They were funny. He's such a jokester, but
bueno.
But yeah, but my thing is like, yeah, you weren't okay. It's fine. You thought you weren't supposed to smile, but why the crazy face?
Eso es lo que yo le dije.
That's funny.
So, at
like,
one point
he was doing like the crazy eyes and the.
Well, you told me to smile. I'm like, but I'm not like that. But Mom, that's a funny face.
But that part, he was trying to be funny. He was trying to be foolish.
Él lo dijo.
Yeah.
That's a funny face.
Yeah.
But for pictures,
right?
We don't always have to take funny faces.
Right.
And he's like, we don't?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we don't.
It's hard. He's like, well, make up your mind. For real.
El pobre.
No.
Pero bueno. So we had some fun with Monica, talking and rambling like we usually do and like we've done now.
Yeah.
And thank you for being here. Yeah. You can follow us, like, subscribe, follow us, all that good stuff.
Yep. We are on.
No se te va a caer el dedo. You could do it like this, boom. Yeah. Es fácil.
Yeah. We are, as always, we always announce that we are on most of the podcast platforms that everybody uses. That's
YouTube, of course.
And we're on YouTube, so if you want to watch videos, we're on YouTube. We are on Spotify, Google, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts. And
Audible.
Yeah. Oh, Audible too. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about
¿Me
Audible.
entendiste?
Yeah, I did. See, that's the beauty of a relationship.
She understands me.
And,
a little while ago, I don't even know what I
no,
said.
no.
It's like, thank God that I understand you.
Right? And yeah, so
yeah.
you can listen to us in the way of a podcast or watch our videos on YouTube. And we are all over social media. That is on Instagram, Facebook, and we did take some time. We weren't really too into TikTok. We took some time, but we're debating whether we're gonna go back into TikTok.
Yeah, we are.
So
we'll see.
we'll see. We'll let you know, definitely. But
We'll update you.
everywhere that we're on, we are SpectrumMamis.
SpectrumMamis. You can't miss us.
No.
So, have a good week. Have a good day. And we'll see you next week. New podcast every Friday.
Yes.
All right. So,
All right.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.